The whole story of the Pueblo chili is more than just growing chili. It's about this whole process of bringing it to foods and tables in our own homes. Everybody has a contribution to this incredible story about Pueblo chili, whether it be a specific type of food or a connection to a family event. The chili pepper has been grown and cultivated in this hemisphere for thousands of years. This food that we carefully tended to and cultivated has not only sustained us, but it's so important to our culture and many of the events that shaped our lives. It's just hard to describe all the things that have contributed to the Pueblo chili story. There's one over here that I really like, and this is my goal. Like this pepper right here is something that I hopefully have enough seed that I can distribute out to farmers. Really, this whole thing about pepper breeding, it was kind of a sideline. It really wasn't my main course of action. It kind of looks like a disheveled mess out there, and to a certain extent it is. Early in 1991, I began working with Colorado State University as the vegetable crop specialist here in the Arkansas Valley. You can see the difference in the length from there and the original. One day early in my career, my uncle Harry Moscow, he had passed away. When they were cleaning out his garage, my dad found a very generic cloth bag filled with his line of Pueblo Mirasol chili. It's gonna make me sneeze. He just gave me a bag of his chili seed. And I really had no intention to doing anything with chili peppers, but I had room in my test plots, that area, to grow a little bit of that chili seed. So I grew 4 rows. Eventually in that population, I saw one unique chili pepper that kind of stood out to me. It was a little bit thicker, a little bit meatier, and that's kind of what started me in this whole process. I developed and kept selecting that variety over about 7 or 8 years. It eventually became to a point where I thought I had enough seed and it was a good enough variety where I could give out samples to local growers, and eventually had a released variety which I named Moscow after my uncle Harry Moscow. Got my 2nd or 3rd book of these out of 30 years. So, each year I do about 10 pages, so it takes me a while. The reason Pueblo chili is so important because it still maintains our connection to the land and to the heritage. We need to maintain that, our connection to the food and to the land and to our culture. And I think that's what I'm afraid of, especially here in Colorado, as we continue to be inundated by urban sprawl and growth. We are losing something that's so incredibly important to us as a state, as a community, is that connection that we share in our food and our food sources and our farmers. And if we don't understand that, I'm afraid it's going to be lost. So I'm hoping that Pueblo chili can stand as at least a guardian against that. If that connection is strengthened, we will continue to value the land and the water and the food and the farmers that we need to survive here in Colorado.